Green living is the life for me. I just love sustainability. Good morning, I'm Rick Gardner, and this morning I'm here with Derek Parker. And Derek and I are test driving a Nissan Leaf. This is a 2014 SL from Leith Nissan in Cary, North Carolina. And good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Rick. How are you?
Good. So we're going to go for a little test drive, and I'm going to ask you some questions. Does that sound good to you?
Great.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. And you can tell me a little bit about some of the pros and cons of owning a Nissan Leaf.
Well, I tell you, the pros are extensive, Rick. The first thing that comes to mind is obviously no gas. And on top of that, no oil. We are still, although the vehicle is out now in its 5th model year, we still get the questions about, so this car doesn't use any gas. Not at all, because most customers are aware of different hybrid models out there that does combine electric power along with the gasoline generator. But no gas, no oil.
Okay. And so you really don't have to go to any gas station.
Unless you want some snacks.
Or to clean your windshield, right?
Clean your windshield.
Okay. Well, very cool. So what are some of the negative things that people bring up about the Nissan Leaf?
Right now we have so many happy owners, I can't recall too many things that will be negative, but we're still up against the range factor, Rick. Everybody still wants to be able to take this vehicle to the beach, which is over 200 or 300 miles away.
Right.
But outside of that, we don't make a sports car yet, but it's coming.
Okay, and you said that maximum speed is like somewhere around 90?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
You have maximum speed at 90, so it does make it a real-world driving experience, even on the highways.
Well, so we're not going to take this on the Autobahn. Okay, I understand. But you said one owner had gotten up to 94.
Yeah, and he told me not to disclose his name, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Even though Nissan says a top speed of 90, he has done over 93, 94 miles an hour.
Okay. And what are they quoting the range right now as?
Right now, the range calculation is around 114 around city, 103 on the highway, but real world is typically around 80 miles range.
And what would you say would be the greatest strength of the Nissan Leaf?
The greatest strength is no gas. The greatest strength is no gas. But on top of that, you're looking at virtually zero maintenance. There's no maintenance involved in this car other than, say, rotating tires and getting your battery pack inspected once a year. Aside from windshield washer fluid and windshield wipers, it makes a very cost-efficient vehicle.
Well, I noticed there's also no noise. So how is that a problem, or that's actually great?
Well, it's so surprising, because when customers get in the Leaf for the very first time, that's the first thing they notice. I heard nothing. I turned the power on, and I hear nothing. I think if anything, they hear everybody around them that they haven't been hearing before. Right.
And so you charge up your vehicle overnight while you're asleep, and then you get up in the morning, and you said that Nissan did some research about the usage of vehicles, and this is part of their conclusion?
What really launched the Nissan Leaf as far as now is the fact that with the technology of lithium batteries, now is the time for real world driving. Nissan done a case study where they found over 70% of today's commuters drive less than 40 miles a day. So it makes it a real world driving vehicle. Aside from that, the comfort of 5-passenger seating, and then having some of the basic technologies that our today's customers expect, with Bluetooth, rear view monitors, and of course your power features and cruise control, things like that. You're gonna find standard on all the Leafs now.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about the batteries.
The battery pack itself, again, lithium-ion battery pack consists of 48 modules. When we get into cost factors, Nissan told us to kind of shy away from it. The battery pack has an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and with that in mind, it's going to take care of itself over time. There's very little battery degradation that a customer will sustain. In fact, in a 5-year period, there's an added amendment on the warranty if in case there's abnormal charging, kind of missed the call. I was headed with that.
No, that's fine. So the batteries, you said they're double sealed?
Right, the battery pack itself is double laminated, which helps protect it against in event of accidents or debris, because the vehicle is 90% covered underneath. That reduces any debris that may fall up into the engine compartment or battery compartment. And being perfectly sealed, the sensors that are tied to that battery pack in the event of an accident activate similar to airbags, so the power is shut off if that was to occur.
So to prevent fires or anything like that?
Exactly, to prevent any electricity flow in the case of an accident.
Okay, and you said on the service on the Leaf is basically every year you just have the battery checked, and then obviously tires. And what about brakes?
Well, the brakes, because it's a regenerative braking system, you're hardly using the hydraulic side, which is part of your pads. So in light of that, in this area, your brake pads can last you 100,000 miles because you're hardly using them. Now, if you're living more in a congested area or high metropolitan city, you will use emergency braking more often, where the brake pads will probably be more likely to be changed.
Okay, in this particular car, you said this is a high-end. The SL is the high-end of the 2014. What are the new features with the 2015 that are just coming out?
Well, Nissan's been very happy so far as advancing to the next year model. There aren't any major changes that have been disclosed to us at this point. The 14 and 15 car is virtually identical. Some of the major changes we did from the first gen or first launch vehicles, which is 11 and 12, is adding a quicker onboard charger. The standard S model has a 3.3 charger, which basically on level 2 charging, most commonly populated or in the area, charges a battery in about 7 to 8 hours, where the 6.6, which we use now, charges in half the time, 3 to 4 hours.
What's the price range right now?
Price range start out between $30,000 and up to as much as $37,000.
Okay, and then there are federal and state rebates that you could get on that, and depending on whether you lease or you purchase, correct?
Across the board, there's a $75 federal tax credit, and there are local level tax incentives depending on what state you live in.
Okay, very good. And then is there any websites that we should check out that you recommend, or anything else that we should know about the Nissan Leaf?
First and foremost, the major website, of course, is Nissan's website. That's www.nissanusa.com. And on that website, you'll find a microsite for the Nissan Leaf dedicated to testimonials from owners, to specifics of the vehicle and its options and makeup, as well as incentives. You can also find incentives there as well.
Very good. Well, Derek, thank you so much for joining me on my blog today, and thank you for checking out the blog today, and try to make green living part of everything that you do. Have a good day.
Thank you.